I struggle to find a way to say this less harshly. So, what the former you did is just about the most disgusting thing that I could imagine. I'm horrified. And every time you listen to your creations, indulge them, you go further back to who you used to be, the person you said you don't want to be anymore. This is what I am seeing. I think your intentions are different than they were the first time, but I think every decision you make is bringing you back to the actions you already took. And I am not as wise as Ashana, but I would like to believe that it is my duty as a member of this team to try and provide guidance to you three. And so I felt it was not right for me not to speak.
Well, Korshana, first I want to say I appreciate your counsel and it's valuable to me. And I had not thought of it that way, to be honest. And hearing that, moving forward, I'll be more cautious about it. But the way I see it is that my thought process is I don't want to I don't want to feel like I have the right to judge people's souls anymore or what to do with them. Um, and me me promising to put Evelyn back in her body is merely because she asked me. Um, I plan on stopping what I set into motion all those years ago. Because the way that I think about it, who it's still her soul, and it's not my place to say what happens to it. Does that make sense? At least that's where I'm coming from. Um, this would probably be the last transference that I would ever do. Um,
I respect your intent. I think it's good intent. And also, you said you would be the last transference you ever do.
I did not know at the time that my assistant's soul was. I thought that the the assistant we saw in the workshop was some form of her being already transferred. So I know it might sound like I'm going back on my word, but you have to understand that the circumstances and the knowledge that with the knowledge that I had upon which I had made that oath have changed.
Mm-hmm. I, you have seen what I would pay to be in my own body. So I, like I said, I have a lot of respect for your intent here. We just do a lot of, we do a lot of things, and I frequently wonder if the ends justify the means. So I'm not telling you not to do what you plan to do, I guess. I'm just saying be careful because every little inch we give sounds more and more like the person we hear about that you used to be. And I don't ever want to know him. I like you.
And that's also why I didn't want my memories back. But as a result, there's a lot that I have to relearn. There's a lot that I have to relearn, and I did not expect Evelyn to show up when I made that Raven, and
Mhm.
so I am just trying to get as much information as I can
Yeah.
out of
I just
The
whoever.
want to point out this is very awkward right now.
Well, you could choose to go away, Evelyn, and you don't.
Well, considering you maybe convincing them not to put me back in my own body, I don't think I
I,
really want to go away.
that is really not my intent. In fact, I would say that choosing to turn the crystal into you is more an example of what I'm trying to talk about than what his plans for you are in the future. We know that you don't know how your technology works because you gave up your memories of it on purpose. And yet you continue to use it as though you know what it will do and then are upset by the consequences of your actions.
That's a good point. I just,
That's what I'm trying to say.
I just, I don't.
I also want to point out there's somebody else out there who does know what he's able to do, and it might be better to find out what it is that you need to do other than just be surprised by it all the time.
I believe we are already on that path.
But you're saying to stop that,
Who are you referring to?
your other iteration.
Uh,
I simply wish to counsel Noah that he should take more care and thoughtfulness in his choices when it comes to his own technology.
yeah, yep. I will. That is a great point, and I will keep that in mind. I will just say that my sins are have been weighing on me a lot, and I'm trying to. I don't want to get blindsided again by the by that thing that we met in the town, or those exploding robots that we met in the forest.
Mhm.
And the means which I made this raven were not the same as the crystal is the same, granted, but the method with which the body was made is not the same. Right, DM? Because I'm assuming the other bodies are made with a factory, and this Evelyn's body is made with eldritch magic.
I mean, you are correct down that train of thought. That sounds logical, but again, the problem is you're still falling into the I don't know what I did before to get to this point.
Yeah. So I'll just say that because it doesn't seem to know it doesn't seem the same. So he'll say it's not the same face stuff.
I, I, as I've said already once today, you are the expert. I do not expect you to just take what I have to say and do it by any stretch of the imagination. I just, we've all paid a lot already, and we're nowhere near where we need to be to finish what we started.
I think if I can ask something, Korshana, is that next time just call me out on it.
I mean, I kind of did.
I mean, like, you don't have to wait until you don't have to wait until it's just us. Like, if it's then and there,
Sure. I mean, I
as
think
much as possible.
I tried in my way to make you more thoughtful before you decided to make this bird. But but I take your point, and I wish to continue to speak like this. I guess I just thought this initial conversation where I called you disgusting was maybe not something we should have in front of the whole group, because I just couldn't think of another word, and I'm not proud of the word that I pick.
Well, in all fairness, I call myself a monster, so disgusting's not too far off. And
I I wish to see you embrace more of the person who said that the actions were monstrous, rather than falling back into your old habits, because you don't know what your old habits are. So it must be quite easy to do them.
I think you're definitely right. I think my penchant for exploring the unknown is what's getting me into these situations. So I'll have to keep that in mind.
Well,
Thanks, Korshana.
thank you for listening to me and not reacting angrily. I have to say, I had just gotten used to being older than you, and I don't think I am anymore.
Well, you should seem like a child to me at this point, but yet since those 200 plus years since I never really lived them, it doesn't feel like that.
So should we count only lived years?
Probably more like I don't know, conscious years.
Would that make you 14?
Mm, I don't. I'm not too keen on the math on that one.
I'm just saying, if you're taking away the years which you do not remember.
Well,
She's
it,
teasing you. You can tell.
Can he?
Kenny though?
Yeah. He's got a 14 passive insight. He can tell.
what if it's not passive? It's a natural active
Are
insight.
you rolling a natural 1 on your insight roll right
Less rolling, more like placing it on the one.
now?
Choosing to take a 1.
Well then, if that's the case, then remember that probably shouldn't flirt with 14-year-olds.
Am I flirting with you?
Well, back in Nogbra, that don't worry about it. It
Wait,
that was
I had forgotten all about that.
that was years ago.
It was 40 years ago for me. It was not so long for you.
Nope, it was not.
Gosh, I was bold when I was young.
Yep.
Did it make you uncomfortable?
Probably.
Then
I think
now I well, I am not flirting with you now, Noah.
I did not mean now, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate your counsel, Korshana.
I recognize that I am not so receptive to counsel myself, but I would say I do not wish for you all to stop trying just because I am tad resistant.
Well, then here's the deal. I don't really know what my old habits are. So if I ever feel like I could be heading in the wrong direction, I'll talk to you first. I'll talk to everyone first.
Everyone first. I like that better.
Especially since I gave this advice to Nim.
Including me.
Yes.
Oh,
Of course.
Evelyn, I don't think we're going to go anywhere without you.
Hooray!
It's an escort quest!
Well, good talk. Is there anything else? I'm mighty tired.
I was about to say you must be exhausted. Please, I apologize for keeping you up.
All right. Evelyn, do you feel tired in that body?
I do?
You do? Well, if you do, get some sleep. Otherwise, help Korshana keep watch, please. You have dark vision, don't you?
Do I?
60
Oh,
feet.
look, I do.
Plus 5 because bubble.
Hmm. Yep. So Noah's gonna sleep.
Okay.
Good night.
Where does Korshana go?
I mean, she's doing her watch.
Raven just hops after you. Evelyn hops after you. You know he's
Yes.
trying to help, right?
Yes, I do. I trust me, if I didn't think he was trying to help, my
No,
words would
before.
be, you wish me to congratulate you for the thought that humanity should be shoved into metallic bodies and suddenly lacking emotion, the thing which makes us human?
Do you think it's better to watch them kill each other?
That is nature.
So
Death
yes,
is part of life.
even if it wipes out whole races.
I do not like it, but I do not think it is my place to decide for them.
So you believe that nature should run its course regardless of what happens at the
Yeah,
end.
I'm a druid.
Even though surely you've been around long enough to understand how stupid some people can be.
Have you met my friend Nim?
Wow.
Oof. Ain't even there to defend himself.
So I guess that answers the other questions of whether or not you believe in society.
I acknowledge the reality of it.
You understand where Noah comes from. The embodiment of society, law, and order.
The rejection of emotion, right?
Yes, because emotion makes you make flawed decisions. You'll
Such as,
sacrifice hundreds for one.
yes.
Is that worth it? Is that better for society?
It's natural.
To kill hundreds to save one?
You may not be a mother, but you had one, didn't you?
Sure.
Would you wish that she did not care to protect you?
She can protect me, but not at the cost of the rest of the city.
But she would. Any mother would.
and then she could watch as we both eventually die out because we have nothing to protect us.
Nature will take its course. Nature recovers.
Yes, nature recovers, but how does that help us? We're gone. We're never coming back.
I do not believe that is the end of this path that you see. I do not believe, I believe I see war and death and killing, but I also see most who do not wish for that to be the case. If you look at, how will I explain this? If there's altruism in society, it will eventually prevail. And not every person wishes to, in fact, most do not wish for this war. The violence will kill itself off.
Will it though?
Yes.
In nature, there are strong creatures and there are weak creatures.
You created this ability to assimilate everyone and remove their emotion in order to prevent a war 200 years ago, which happened without your intervention, ended, and here we still all are.
Technically, the war's still on.
This is a different war.
I guess this
War
is
was
the DM
had.
not understanding the timelines then.
Well, I mean, there's no way to, like, it. The Empire and the Dynasty haven't been at war forever.
Yeah, I don't know when they've started, so I'm kind of throwing that in there somewhere.
Question
So
would
you're
be,
saying
has
this
there
is
been
the
a-
same war?
Has
Yeah.
there been a continuous 200-year war?
Or it could have been like a 200-year Cold War.
Like
And now it's just breaking into war.
yeah, it was known on the horizon. Probably like 100 years into it, it finally boiled over. Something happened, and now another 100 years of war or something is how I see it.
Okay. Yeah, well, then that's the reality we're living in. That's fine. I just didn't,
Yeah.
I was,
That's fine.
making assumptions.
But war hadn't started.
Yes. The
was
clear thing is war had
right.
not started. Noah saw it, or at least that's the thing. That's the idea behind it. Noah saw it, understood it, realized it was going to happen. It's kind of the Watchmen thing almost, right?
So she would adjust that to say something along the lines of, like, generations have continued to pass, people are still being born, society continues despite this war.
But
Is how she
you have
would
not
re-angle
seen
that.
the end of the war. You do not know where it's going to go.
You don't know the end of a whole lot of things. I don't think that gives you the right to make the choice for everybody else.
Noah did. Noah saw it.
Yes, and Noah decided later in his life, I see a cat, that he was a monster.
Noah decided he saw a cat. All right. I cannot speak for what he saw later on in life. And he has continuously stated that he cannot remember. But I can speak as to what he was up into my transfer. And that was war will wipe out humanity.
It is still not his choice or your choice to make.
Whose choice is it to make?
It should be no one's
Is it
choice
the
to
God's
make.
choice?
The gods do what they do. I think they care little about what we're doing, to be perfectly honest.
And yet they make choices like that.
They cannot speak for the type of perspective that immortality might provide.
So it is no one's choice to determine what happens to everyone.
No person's choice. Look, people make the choices. The king of the whatever empire and the whoever's in charge of this dynasty have chosen to put us at war, have they not? You have no
Yeah.
respect for their choice, so why should you
Because
feel
they've
that you are
chosen wrong.
superior to make
They're
a choice?
killing people.
And you know that you are not choosing wrong?
He knows that we are not choosing wrong.
That's
I follow
hubris.
him. So?
The same thing that this king and this other leader have. It is no different. What you are saying is no different from what they have done.
Sure. But you don't agree in society. You don't follow them. So why would you care for that anyways?
I care that people are dying. But I believe that what you are saying we should do is also killing them. To strip their emotion away. To strip their emotion away is to remove their humanity. It may in fact be worse than killing them.
And what if they agree to it?
All right. You don't know me. So I'm going to tell you a quick story.
I'm just thinking of a raven just like, you don't know me.
No. That was just like, you don't know who I am.
Yep.
So I'm going to tell you just the quickest version of this story. I did that. I thought I knew what was important to me and what I cared about and what I was willing to give up to get back a piece of who I am, and I paid the price and it wasn't worth it. But once you're there, you can't take that back. You can't assume that what someone says yes to today would hold true for them for their entire lives. I would give anything except what I have already given to not have given what I gave.
And can you say the same for everybody else?
I am not everybody else, but what I can say is that the choice was made. And it could not be undone. And you cannot choose for others. You cannot choose for others. You cannot strip their humanity away from them. You will never convince me that that is the right path. Intent is not everything. It does not only matter what you mean to do, it also matters what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you think you're doing, but I do not think that it is what you're doing. Are you arguing against me in chat right now, V?
He's arguing.
Is he? I haven't been watching.
We're
Yeah.
trying to strengthen your argument.
Oh,
He's
okay,
arguing
thank you.
favor. Yeah.
We all have our moral
No
boundaries. And
that was
moral
painful enough for me on Sunday.
boundaries. And
Yes. Each and every one of us. Not you for everybody else.
I understand that you won't agree to this, and that is your choice. But I will never stop helping him protect this world the way I believe it should be, and the way he believed it should be.
Okay.
The raven hops off.
Hold on, let me write "fuck this raven bitch" in my notes.
I'm so good at getting back. She's like, I love it, I hate it. I love it, I hate it. I love it. Nope, it's done. It's out. I'm done. That thing's gonna get.
I don't want to forget that she just told me I'm your enemy and we are going to be on opposite sides of everything from now on.
Oh man. Whew. Good. All right.
Noah's like,
You're what ends.
Noah's
did
like,
my
I had a
best.
meaningful conversation with Korshana. Whew, I can sleep peacefully now.
You're off the hook.
I did my best, guys. I
You
am
did.
trying to keep us from going off the rails.
Lowell's
Crazy
turn.
train.
Time to wake up Lowell.
Oh, good morning. I mean, hello.
Yeah, did you see anything yet? Or
No,
not.
no danger outside the bubble, Lowell.
what? Does that mean there's danger inside the bubble?
I mean, yeah, it fucking does.
Now there is. Now there is. Lowell better run.
None that will get you in the next 2 hours. Time for bed, for me.
I do want to say sorry about what I was saying about Ashana came across. I didn't mean to insult you or anything. It was just didn't really think through what I said.
I hope you don't think I'm mad at you. I'm not. I may be a little bit too defensive on this topic, to be perfectly honest. But I don't know how not to be.
I think what I had been trying to say and just couldn't was that you were born with her, and so when you were without her, you had already experienced life with her. And that's different from somebody who has never had her.
I wish I could let you guys know what the good parts of it are like. Because it's beautiful. And I don't know how to talk about it, obviously.
I wonder if we wouldn't have switched back right away if I would have been able to experience it and maybe been able to understand a little better.
I wonder that too, but I wonder if that would have done more harm than good. So I have watched the connection with Ashana destroy somebody. I would not want that for you or anybody else. Not watched it, known about it. But I just, I admire about all three of you, but especially you, how well you're able to question things. But I wish that you all knew what it was like to be sure.
Well, I think questioning things can help you just understand why you might be sure, even if you are sure of something. Asking questions to be able to confirm it, or even prove how sure you are to somebody else, isn't a bad thing.
I want to keep trying to get better at talking about this, and I'm sorry that I was extremely defensive towards you earlier. To be honest, I was so elated and I felt so punctured by all of your questions and criticism. I just wanted to enjoy the purity of having a Shauna in a way I've never had her before. So I got a little mean, so I'm sorry.
I'm glad you were able to find a new way to interact with her. That is something to be happy about. Guess it wasn't the best time to ask those questions, but
I could have kept it to myself, but I've been so hard on Nim about keeping relevant secrets, and everything Ashana's had to say since I met you all has been, well, even before I met you all was pretty relevant, so. I don't know.
well, I just wanted to say sorry.
Come here, and she tries to hug you.
I'll hug her back.
My child! Alright, I gonna go to sleep. And before she passes out, she will say out loud to no one in particular, well, someone in particular, but not anybody physically present. I hope I'm doing you justice. And then she'll go to bed.
Does Lowell say anything to Nim? Are we gonna have a heart-to-heart?
That was
Well,
40
yeah.
straight minutes of RP for me, y'all. I am tired.
That's great.
No, you just wake him up.
Morning,
Time for
Lowell.
your watch.
Okay, cool. Anything happen?
It seemed like Cora said there wasn't any danger outside of the bubble, but there was inside, but I couldn't really tell what that was all about.
Sounds ominous. Alright, got it.
She
Sorry
said
for
it
my
wasn't
zero.
anything to worry about, though.
Well,
and I didn't
that
see
makes me
anything.
worry, but okay.
I
It's
didn't,
really Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't see anything over my watch, so maybe it was metaphorical danger and not actual danger.
Probably.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'll wake you up if it stops being metaphorical. Night.
Alright, good night.
And with that, we will end tonight's session.
Nice.
Alright.
Yay.
Good shit.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.